Hey! Hey!
Welcome back, guys and girls, and you just saw there that the attempt, the 501 deadlift from Ivan Makarov was unsuccessful. If you haven't heard, obviously, about the news recently, it was 2 days ago on the 1st of December. He attempted in Russia, in Moscow, to beat Eddie Hall's record, which was set in 2016 at Giants. Obviously, the famous 500 kilo deadlift. Now, obviously, Ivan was naturally disappointed. There wasn't actually much hype about it, surprisingly. Only a few thousand people watching on the live stream, which I find quite strange, because it's such a big deal for someone to lift so much weight. But here you see him psyching himself up. He did have the same setup as Eddie in terms of what he was wearing. He had the same suit, he had the same figure 8 straps, the same belts, and the conditions were almost exactly the same. Here you'll see he pyramided up, so he started at 435, that went up really quick. That is a very good starting weight. He then actually went on to 470, and this is actually a record in itself. It's the second heaviest deadlift of all time under the conditions I've just mentioned. So congratulations to him there in that sense. But unfortunately, when he moved on to the 501, after 15 minutes or so rest, it just wasn't happening. And here he gets to the knees, but he just can't get above the knees and get that hip drive to then push it up to lock out. So he does actually go for a second attempt 20 minutes or so later. He really wants to go for it, but at this point, his back and his body clearly are done for the day. He doesn't even lift the bar that time, as you see. So in the first attempt, he does actually manage to get some traction. The weight does go up, but unfortunately it doesn't. Here obviously we see the famous deadlift from Eddie. That was a very impressive lift, and people still say he's the best deadlifter of all time, which I agree with. However, I do think, based on those videos we just saw of Ivan, he does have the potential to do it. Not yet. He needs a lot more work. He does need some sponsorship. I think that will help him significantly in terms of his supplements and his diets and coaching and just tips and hacks for him to improve it. Because remember, he's doing this off his own back. He's got no support. He coaches himself. He trains himself, and it does help athletes to have that edge over someone else if they do have that professional support. So hopefully he's now caused enough of a stir in the industry, and particularly in Russia, to get the right people behind him, because it will help him significantly. But like I said, 470 is a record. It's the second heaviest deadlift of all time with a conventional bar. He wasn't using elephant bar or axle bar. It was a normal deadlifting bar which you'd find in the gym that weighs 20 kilos. The collars were the same. Everything was weighed. It was very accurate. Just showing you here one last time from a different angle the first attempt, and you'll see that he does get the bar up, but it just doesn't happen this time. So it's a real shame. Congratulations to Ivan on getting 470, and he definitely has to be invited to Giants next year in the UK. And if he doesn't, politics is involved, and it's unfair, because this man is opening up with some huge weights. I mean, looking at the world's ultimate strongman, he would have won the deadlifting championship the first day, based on these numbers. Before this, Pritchett, he had 465 earlier in the year at the Giants, which I covered in another video. If you go back on my feed, you'll see the video on that. So well done, Ivan. Congratulations, and I'm hoping to see big things from you in 2020. No doubt there will be, and just keep shooting for that record, and one day you'll get it. Anyway, guys, hope you liked the video. If you did, please remember to leave a like and also a comment below. And if you haven't, please do consider subscribing as well. I really appreciate it. Anyway, guys, until next time, Amiga One Fitness signing out.